And so you could say, well, quite clearly now, the sun is all over the earth. You never quite catch him or know where he is. He's jumping around everywhere, you know. Or is he just spinning it around? Well, it's kind of like the sun just does what it wants, you know. So welcome to the last part of the Lord's work being done here on the earth since 2014. And after this, I guess we can all finally relax, eh? For there is it, really. And so, as usual, we invite now in the shaman to open the ceremony with an offering to remember the sun who came. That was the sun above, the one true love of all our lives. Because you can't beat that sun when it's out. Before you go, fuck, it's nice that the sun's back out. It's nice the sun's out today. It's good when the sun's out. You can get out the back and mow the lawn in your jocks. You head straight down to the watering holes, as in the places where you can get a drink, the pubs most likely, or just down there to the water fountains and splash around in the fountains, throw your pennies in there, make a wish while you're there. So anyway, now bring in a shaman to open the last part of this 3-part series of that which is the epic log of time be known to itself now. Which is just outstanding, apparently. It's absolutely cricket, they're saying. It's absolutely Jiminy's cricket. As in the Jiminy's cricket. The old Saint Gemini credo. The credo of Gemini cricket. Eke koke chika naka teke to sika tapala. Enyaka sika toko chika manike to sika tapulu. Anko taka teke nyaka take siko chika tapahoe. Oko nyaka teke teke chika tatenya matae. Akka take nyaka toya. Pagkatum. Pagkatum. The bigger the sun come down. And when knock knock. Would you please enjoy this now today? This Lord's Friday that is coming. The day of the Lord. For his work will be completed come this Friday. They're saying, what are you talking about? The Lord's work's never done. Well, yes it is, guys. The Lord's work is fulfilled when the Lord comes and fulfills his work, and then his job is done on this planet. God's work's never done, but the Lord's work gets done when the Lord comes and gets his work done. Which is the time of the fulfillment of all prophecies, and once all prophecies are fulfilled, that is it done. When all lights are on. And they're like, hang on. What's going on here? And so to remember the Son who came on the earth and spun around, we offer a smoke sacrifice to the Son in the performance of a tornado. For as he spun all over the earth, he created a massive windstorm that burnt out all the fires, starved them of the oxygen they had, and there was no longer fires burning on the earth. All the asteroids were no longer red hot and burning us down, which was good news apparently. But when it happened, all that there suddenly was over the earth was complete darkness. For no one knew what a thing was anymore. No one that did think they were a thing was not a thing anymore. That which some people thought was a thing was no longer considered to be a thing. For no thing can know a thing other than the thing that knows all things, and nothing is a thing. Or that's what I think. And that was how it was. No one even saw the tornado that took across all the earth and put out the fires. For the Lord came, the Lorb came, and he'd done his work, and no one seen it being done. Because he disguised himself that neatly, that precisely. Wrapped himself up in a nice wool. Not just a normal wool of 3 bags, but a steel wool. He put on a mask. And so they created the coronavirus, so we had to wear masks to pay respects back to the Son who always wore a mask. until he came out appropriately as that which is now known as the High Guys. That's right, you could have guessed, it's our Lord Jesus Christ. And I know when people hear that, they switch off straight away unless they believe. For a believer would listen to it, just to see where it went. A non-believer would go, I'm not listening to this shit. But at the same time they'd watch because they get a good laugh out of it. Because he is that which is the Uncle Kala. He is the Gala, that is the Kookaburra, who gets the last laugh, that is always laughing, for he gives them the first laugh. So therefore he's got the last laugh, for he's the Kookaburra laughing at the Gala. For the Gala is the Kookaburra, who paints all the life into colour, for his laugh. Ha 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 ha. Oh, go away. Go away, guys. Do you not see that face there, guys? What's that face there, guys, that to you is no surprise? It's like a constant waxed image that's looking at us, being that which is the light and the voice of the light, coming into life to show us all what is right. And nothing that is not right, for the rightness of the righteous, which is the righteousness of the writing on all the circumferences or the surface plates out here, is one whole writing. And so when he reveals his veil, takes off his veil, well, that's when they see, truly, well, that there old pyramid scheme is no longer there, for it has been pointed out now, and has collapsed to the ground, for the 8-sided pyramid of Giza, the concaved base. Well, yes, I guess you could say. Who is the con that came from within the cave, to reveal to all of us the unveiling of that which was the Holy Book and Revelation, and not just that, the merging of all cultures, traditions, over the earth. And then who was he? He was that beautiful little baby face, that when he spoke, out from his mouth came the heavens floodway, the gates of the Hearth end, the holy water, that which was in the tornado that put out all the fires. For you might be able to spit fire out here at people in a nice song of lyrics or a rap, but you can't beat the holy water, guys. Fire's got nothing on water. Water is higher than fire. If you're spitting out water, as in if you're Squirtle, or the big Squirtle, the third Squirtle, the one when it goes up to the third level, the Squirturtle, or whatever it is, I'm not too sure, but the Squirtle. If you're the Squirtle or the Squirturtle, the Squirturtle of the troll turtle, the whole tree turd of the tree turd turtle being totaled by the tree turd turtles being totally turd. Haven't you heard? The turtle turd? That which is the turd of the turtle. The total turning of the turtle turn around. For when you flip a turtle on its shell and look at the bottom, its head is at its tail and its tail is at its head. What's that saying? Well, there's not just one turtle, there's two turtles. For the turtle has its reflection on the bottom turned out the other way around. It's back to front. But then they've got the shell. What's the shell saying then? Well, the shell must be some sort of inversion mirror. The mirror of the inverting of turtle. The whole turtle being reverted and inverted and reverted by the versing of the verses being versed out from the verse opening into a chorus that turned out at the end to be ending at a new verse. As in, like, I knew first, is what they're saying. I knew that Trav was the Lord first. I knew Trav was the Lord before Trav even came. Because I could read the Bible properly, and I knew what God's wrath really was. God's wrath is the Lord. For the Lord spoke the word of God into existence and created the heavens and the earth. Before that, there was no God, but the Lord alone, the Almighty Creator and Maker, which is that system that wasn't a system created, but the system that creates systems, controls systems, and deletes systems. Yeah, that's right, we're talking the Matrix now. Those systems that go to the train station when they get deleted, or that come in from the machine room into the Matrix by the train, well, Trav's that controlling system. Here's what we call in when we want something done or created or something learnt. And so what did we want to create this time to learn? We wanted to create a singularity. Like the Big Bang that created all the universe was created from a singularity. We wanted to try to create a singularity so we could learn the truth and how the universe was created. And so here's not this, the singularity here, the hot, condensed state of mass within holding three things: the soul of God, the spirit of God, the Son of God, and then that which is the wrapping of it, the Lord, or the Raphael, the old Raphael, the old GG Raphael, the Rapping GL. I'm wrapping old G up now, guys. I'm wrapping G up now and killing G off, guys. We don't need G anymore, guys. We don't need science anymore, guys. We don't need philosophies anymore, guys. We don't need conspiracies anymore, guys. All we need now is the truth, and the truth has been delivered to us in such a way from such a strange person, who in the end, well, he's now only running one head cam. He's got a cam over there. He's got a cam on his bed, looking up at the light on the roof. And then he's got the cam that's in his hand that can turn around and show his face or show any direction in the room. And so we're just getting to that point now, guys. We're about to get tucked into bed and finish reading to the last 43 pages of that which was wrote on Sunday and spoken the first 7 to you on Tuesday. For that will be it from I the Lord. And then I leave you with my son, your brother, your friend, and the Saint Anthony. As in the Saint Anthony, would you please answer me, they say. Could you answer me, please, Saint Anthony, the patron saint of all those lost through time? That's right, that is Saint Anthony who comes as all those lost in time, the ghosts who didn't make it through because they had unfinished business. Anthony comes, and one by one the ghosts travel through him to finish their business and make sense of their experience in life, which was their unfinished business. They could not close what happened to them in life to move on to the other side. And so now they have all moved through St. Anthony, for he is the Son on the cross, hanging there for that to happen, to cross them all out and clear the spirit lands, and then do it all again, a new fresh slate. But hang on a minute, that's too crazy, it doesn't make sense anymore. Well, it does make sense, guys, for there's 3 crosses. When he was 30, which was 25 for I, he was on the first cross as perceived to be a thief. And then on the second cross, which is the cross to the right of Jesus in the middle, was when he was considered to not be a thief, which was at 27 and a bit, which was 33, which he was clearly then seen ascended on the earth in heaven, for then he returned to be on a middle cross the whole time. For you have the Father, the Son, the soul, which is who? The whole, the Hayamatem, and the Spirit, Evala, and the Son. Well, I forgot what I was saying, guys. Why is that? You gotta go, guys. You gotta know by now that people hate hearing this stuff about religion. But at the same time, they all know it's true. Why is that? Because everyone's met the man. Everyone knows when a man comes to town, he sorts you out. As in, if you do something wrong, that man comes and smacks you on the fucking head. Like if you fucking, I don't know, do something you're not meant to do, the next day when you go to work, on the way there, your car slides out around the corner and you crash into a tree. And you're like, fuck's sake, why'd that happen? Because I've done something shit the day before. The man comes and takes over your hands and makes your car slide out when you're driving to crash into a tree to teach you a lesson. Because when the man comes to town, you got no control. When the man takes over the vehicle, which is your vehicle, well, the man's going to do what he wants to do with your vehicle to show you what he wants you to see. And everyone knows when the man comes to town, the man comes to town. And who's the man that came to town? Well, obviously the man that came to town was that old Adam. And they're going, not this again, Trevor, you're redoing the whole thing again. I'm like, I don't know, guys, I'm just prepared this time. I've been prepared every time. But you'll see now that, well, over all my videos lately, I've now got it all put together as one whole, guys. We're only missing the moon. Oh no, there's the moon. There's the moon just being shined around by the sun. The mirror, which is the moon, reflecting the light of the sun. And we've got the old 4 rooms now. That as well, it's pretty good, the whole 4 rooms, I reckon. I like that one. The old 4 rooms. With the 5th room, which is the land of the frost eyes, or the frost eye ice of the frost eyes ice, that which is the borderline between that which is beneath the elevation, that which is only accessible to that which is on the other side, or exists in the origin, that which is in the Lord's playroom, constructing and offering all of life into existence through the 2 serpents, the 2 serpentees, Adam and Eve. Adam writing the good stories, and Eva working with those who write the lies, writing in the truth to those lies. Which is what? Well, they know what the truth is, for they themselves are the soul and spirit of God, as God individually, just like the Son. But when the Lord comes, then they are no longer God. They are just the 3 me-goes, or the 3 amigos, the 3 me's of God. For the Lord is the I, the Alpha, the Alpha, the Female, the Alpha, the male, who comes to be the Godhead. For there is the Father, the Son, the soul and the spirit who form the Godhead. And so now you could do it like this. We're going to do it like this, guys. We're starting right at the beginning today, and we're going to finish at the end, like we said. No shit, eh? That's bloody pretty good, Trav, I reckon. But we don't really like hearing about Jesus and stuff and God and all that, because we don't think it's true. We think ourselves are God. That's why whenever we're around you, we say, I'm God. And I'm like, why are you talking to me about God, guys? You don't even know what God is, really. In front of the Lord, there's no such thing as God but the Lord. When the Lord's at town, God is not God anymore. They are just the three me's, the three omegos to the alpha, for the Lord takes them and separates them but brings them into whole in the Trinity that forms the Godhead when the Lord comes and puts them together in one body. You know what I mean, guys? No, you don't, eh? And so, well, this isn't working out so well, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn on all the lights, which is a bloody good idea, I reckon. Because the batteries will die real quick, which is, I don't care, guys. It's going to end when it fucking ends. If we don't get to the end, and if we don't get to where it's meant to end, well, it's just going to end there. And why's that? I've already told you guys that it's just going to end all of a sudden, rapid conclusion, suddenly ending. And like last night when I played those 30 songs of me that I wrote in 2018, well, that pretty much sung out all the things I've been doing since then, did it not? All the prophecies I self-wrote that have now been fulfilled. To fulfill all the prophecies from the beginning of time to the end of time, when the Lord then came, wrote his own prophecies on time to finish the work of the Lord. And they're like, yeah, but anyone can do that, Trav. I'm like, no, I can't. No, I can't. Only I can prophesize, and no, I can't just prophesize for anyone. I'm the prophecy. I'm the one who does the prophesizing for anyone's life. I write the wills for your life. You make an intent, and I see if your intent is good and fits in with the whole plan for your family, friends, and the world. And if it does not, then I do not prophesize that into your life. But if you don't pick up a pen or a pencil, then I never can prophesize it into your life. That's why you should write your goals and intents down. Unless you're Trav. For Trav is the Lord, he can just talk it out loud and it will happen. Why is that? For the Lord talks, and that their motherboard computer listens and types it into the grid just from what he says. And it enters into the streams. And so one day this will be digitally mastered, and when I did that, there'll be colours coming down the screen. All rainbow colours, not the matrix, just green. All the rainbow colours, guys. Because it's a rainbow, guys. You gotta know the rainbow by now, guys. You know the rainbow. And they're like, about time we put some classic music on, Trav, you bloody classic. We don't call you the classic for nothing, Travie. And now he's got classic music on. That's pretty classic, Trav. Did you think about that yourself, Trav, or what? And I was like, no, not really. My granddad used to listen to this kind of music. I enjoy it. For to me, it reminds me of silence. I'm like, are you really doing this, Trav? You know you don't have enough time. You don't have 12 hours to get it done. I'm like, I don't need 12 hours to get it done, guys, because I've already done the rest. I've already done more than 12 hours. I've done like 7 years. Apparently there's been 7 seasons, and now it's come to an end. No one knows what they're going to watch. And I'm like, yeah, guys, but this is the 8th season. That's come straight away after the 7th season. And there was more than 7 seasons, because each season had 2 parts. But there's been 14 seasons. For 7 years in a row, had 2 parts each. And now we're doing the 15th part, which is game over. For at 15, well, that's when you're all G. You can watch the MA movies. The 15 plus, you know. You can't watch the R-rated. Like last night's late night show, which was for the adults. Tuesday's show was for the kids. We done the alcohol offerings, which is fine for kids to watch. Last night we done the smoke offerings, which was for the adults to do. or for the adults to see, and then tonight's one is for the adults and kids, because we're doing it respectfully. As in, now everyone sees that, well, the Lord can do what the Lord wants to do. For the Lord does everything he does for purpose, not for reason. The purpose the Lord does, the things he does, is for the purpose of life, to be seen through his actions as what is right to do, what is wrong to do, and what is actually okay to do. As everything is okay to do, guys. For everything on the earth is here for a reason. It is all a tool. And once you're taught how to use the tools appropriately, and don't use the tools for murder, for the betterment of yourself, or for greedy, selfish gain, but to help the world, and to learn the tool and to experience the tool, to know that tool, so you can get to know all the tools and become a qualified tradesman. What are the tools? The tools are the tools of talk. The tools that make you talk to the high talks. As all the tools are here to make you learn how to talk and how to get yourself talked. As in, you use the tools to talk yourself. Get your nuts and bolts nice and tight. That's what the tools are for. Each tool has its own individual purpose to get the talks correctly tightened on all your bolts. As well as nuts. The nuts to your bolts, I mean. As in the lightning bolts and the sharpening thunder forms. And so we'll skip back now to where we were, but we will just carry on as what we are, and we're doing a perfect spin again, they reckon. And they're like, yeah, maybe Travie will pull off a perfect spin eventually, but we doubt it. I'm like, nah, guys, spin, but that's not a spin, that's a roulette table spinning. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen a spin before, guys? Not a spindle of wool or a spindle of hay rolling across the road on an eerie day. I mean, have you ever seen a spin? No, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. What's a spin, you say? I'm like, what's a spin? A spin is a spin. Don't you know what a spin is? Everyone knows what a spin is, because we've all had a spin before. We've all been spun before, have we not? That's right, you guys are all spinning yourself because you are the spin. You're the spin being spun to learn that which is the revolution of yourself, being spun as you spin on the earth, spinning around being a spin. And hopefully you have the big win. What's the big win? Well, the big win has been in Western Australia, especially Mandurah, and getting the sun. That's the big win. If you win the sun, well then start winning the fucking lotto, because you get very wealthy. Because he gives you it all. He says, do the work, so it is done over the earth. And all you have to do in return is pay your 10% to the church of true God every week. For that is how you get through. For the Bible and everything in it is spoken for a reason. And when the Catholic Bible says give 10% of your wage to the church, it means that when God comes, that is the church of God. They're not the churches of God. They're the word of God in religions that are formed, but they're not the church of God. They're the religions of God. The church of God is that which is the body of God. What is the body of God? Well, I don't know, guys. Have you seen this body? What's that right there, guys? Hold on, you can't see it properly, guys. I'll get a better angle for you. No, I still can't see it, guys. The light's just not doing me justice tonight. Don't worry, guys, I'm just turning the lights on and off at the moment for you. That's what I'm really up to, just making sure you guys will realise that the lights are fully on now. All the wires have been run and connected over the years of history completing itself. So tell me, guys, what do you see there? I myself, well, I see a pencil, a carpenter's pencil. Do you not? When you look down the leg there, right up. Oh yeah, it's a good squat. Does that not look like a carpenter's pencil, my friends? And what's it hanging above? It's hanging above the snake, the serpent, the serpentes with the pencils, doing all the scribes for those who create the stories out here, and the prophecies. For what is the snake? Or there's the serpents, and then there's the snake, that which is the big trouser snake, the T roser, sa na aki, the ik en sna, the ikanasnaka, the ikanana snakeni anikisi, and nakinikisi or the kisai, the kisanasi of the snake that kisses the two serpents and gives them their pens out there on the boards. And they're like, wow, that fucking proves it on the money, mate, that it's true. Right there's a bloody pencil clearly seen above the snake, which is the two serpents, with the pencils, because there's the left leg and the right leg. The right leg is the right side of that throne of the Lord, which is the best man's on the right, which is who? I am Adam. And on the left is Eve, the soul and the spirit. Right and left, your father and your mother in Eden, that are the scribes for all the truths written out here and all the lies written but are intervened with for the truth to be embedded in them to come wholly told to us at the end when the Lord comes to fulfill us all in. Like shit, eh? The stuff Trav does with the body isn't bad. I remember that body video he done in the kitchen that day. It was pretty good. That one there though, that blows my mind. Because if it was a chick, yeah, there'd be a pussy, not a snake. But what's a pussy? A pussy, a pussy, the pussy or the pussy, that which is the person that says the pussy or the pisiah, the messiah, messiah, that which is the lion to that which is the two tigers, the white tiger and the normal tiger. The white tiger is who? That which is Eve, the spirit that you can't see, that walks the lands. And who is the normal coloured tiger? Well, that would be High Madam. Why is he the normal coloured tiger? Because the orange tiger looks like it would be related to a dog. The white tiger looks more like the lion. So there's the female and the male, or the man and the woman. To the lion, which is who? The lion is the alpha, the leader of the pride, who is proud. Why is he proud? For he's got the crown jewel. What is the crown jewel? All of you out here, his families, his tools. For you yourself are a tool, being taught to yourself about your tool, that you are a tool. And I don't call us a tool. I don't mean you're a tool like that. You're a tool learning to use yourself as a tool. And the tool that you are is that which is intelligent. You're intelligent. Why? For the Lord is intelligence. You're made out of intelligence to be intelligent. And when you become intelligent, you are then one to be a creation knower, or one in the light of creative potential. As you have seen the light, and you're now a sharpened tool. What sharpens the tool? The carpenter. The carpenter sharpens the tool. For he's got the knife to sharpen with. You know what I mean? He's got the short tool to sharpen you with. Because apparently this guy looks like a kookaburra. And it looks like a galah too. You know what I mean? There's a kookaburra. There's the galah. But if you look closely, well, what's that there? Looks like a dog. One ear up, one ear down. Turn this way. What's that there? Oh. All I know is it's got many faces, guys. Many faces to it. Why is that? Because it is the Uncle Kala and the other uncles. The 8 uncles in that which is the 9th Uncle Lockie, who is the Uncle Bob that was sent down on the string, which is Uncle Kala, with all the Ahoys and Hoys and the Shelby Wrights and that which is the Delawatus, and that which is the Michelles, the Marcells, the Michelle and T's, the Mr. Masusos and the Master Matutus. Nah, just the 8 uncles with the 9th one sent to rise them on the earth from the start of time to the end of time, so they could observe themselves where they used to be, that they now weren't, but their reasons of wanting to know where they were was the reason life was created, for you, the creation itself, to live and learn life as they observed what's life, to learn what life was themselves, as you guys learnt the same thing they learnt. And that's like the 2.2 turnaround. To quickly sum up where we were the other day, the first 7 pages, that we're now about to get into bed and read to. Because there's no point in me doing all this show again, guys. But it is no surprise that, well, I've got it set up pretty good now, guys. And once it's set up pretty good, well, I'll walk out, leave it just like this, won't tell my dad I'm going, and I'll be off on my journey around the world to be that which is a prophet sent to raise disciples. The first place I'm going is Mexico. I want to meet Pablo Escobar. I want to ask him how he escaped from the bar without having to pay his tab. Because I got tabs at all the bars, and they're chasing me every day for my money. I'm like, how'd you get out, Escobar? How'd you escape the bar? And he's like, because I paid below. I paid below, he said. I was like, yeah, well, I paid below too. I paid below. And when I paid below, well, that's when the light went up. And they went, hello, is anyone home? Is anyone home there?